What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. We have an amazing interview with Stephen Colletti today that we cannot wait to get into. But first, this podcast is presented by Microsoft 365 Copilot. Before we get into today's episode, we need to talk about the thing that is keeping everyone's lives organized right now, and that is Microsoft 365 Copilot.
That's right, because the world moves fast, your workday moves even faster. From pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data, Microsoft 365 has you covered across all your programs. Your AI assistant for work, built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps that you use, helping you quickly write, create, analyze, summarize, whatever you need to do to really clear the path to your best work. And you can cut through all that clutter. You can finish the week strong. Maybe you have a lot on your to-do list to end the week before we go into the weekend. I think we're supposed to have a nice weekend if you're in this area. You want to go out, enjoy the sunshine. Make sure that you are using Microsoft 365 Copilot. It'll help you be your most efficient self so you can enjoy the other, enjoy all the joys of stepping outside and enjoying your weekend.
You can learn more at Microsoft.com/M365Copilot. Did you see those bullshit reports about how it's going to snow again?
Oh, yeah.
It's snowing in Boston today.
I thought that was supposed to be like now. Like, I think it's like they were like, ooh, because it's like, it was sneaky cold the last couple nights. Mm-hmm. But I saw that where maybe there was some snow in like upstate New York.
There's 70 and 80 around the corner.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that more snow is going to hit here in April.
Yeah, hopefully that's the last of it, and we can move on to warm weather, because I worry about the flowers.
It is cherry blossom season.
Yeah. And I feel terrible when I'm walking up and down the street. You see all these gorgeous flowers that are coming out. They're planting. The cherry blossoms are blooming. And then you get slapped with a freeze warning. Mm-hmm. And those bad boys are shriveling up because it's below 32 degrees.
No. We are right around the corner to warm weather.
No, Saturday's going to be gorgeous. I'm very excited.
It's going to be amazing. I have like big plans to walk around everywhere,
Just be outside.
Yeah. Walking everywhere.
And you're right. We're going to be outside and we're going to be enjoying all that Friday energy presented by Acorns today. Mm-hmm. We love Acorns, and we are going to be, perhaps we, stop in a coffee shop, and because we have Acorns, we can round up. Mm-hmm. And we can be investing and doing all those good things while we're out and about.
Walking and investing at the same time.
Walking and investing in this, and we're and
innovative
and in the sunshine, because finally we're gonna get like 65 and sunny, the ideal temp.
That was like last weekend when we were in Brooklyn on Saturday. And I looked up at the trees and it was just cold branches. I said, no,
I know.
We're past this time.
I know, but on one block, the buds.
On one block, there's cherry blossoms. Yeah. On the other, just cold branches with nothing on them. I said, we need spring to be sprung. We need blooming in the air.
Yeah.
We need it all.
We're almost there, which is going to be so nice. I have one of my best friend's bridal showers on Saturday in Philly, and Joe was laughing at me because just the way, I just know how a day like this goes. Mm-hmm. A beautiful Saturday afternoon starts at noon. Mm-hmm. Whole family, we're in Philly. It's going to be a gorgeous day. My friends, we all haven't been together in a while. Mm-hmm. And I was like, are you going to be home? Because I don't know how my day is going to go. Mm-hmm. I could be gone all day. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't have I've been waiting to book my return train because who knows what time that train could be.
The world's your oyster.
It is. And when that happens, the perfect storm. You guys know, you get good weather. It's one of the first sunny days of the spring. You and all your girlfriends are together and you're celebrating something. You're celebrating your friend that's getting married, and you're drinking mimosas and having a great afternoon.
Oh, that's an all-nighter.
I said, Joe, you better be home because I might be coming home Sunday morning.
Yeah, that is an all-nighter. That sounds like a great Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
The return to Philly.
Yeah.
Saturday, I have plans with my girlfriend Fiona, who is very pregnant at the moment.
Very.
She is about a month out from her due date. Towards the end of April, she'll be a month out.
Yeah.
And my goodness gracious, she sent me, and she won't mind that we're talking about this. She sent me pictures and videos of her feet and ankles the other night.
Oh no.
And my poor baby girl I mean, wow. I literally wrote back, I said, Fiona, don't mind me. I have to send back the That's So Raven picture when Raven has the allergic reaction to mushrooms. Because holy shit, I feel so bad for her. And I'm like, what are the...
Can you even like...
No, I was like, what are the... I said, what are the doctors...
What's the activity for you to do?
We're going to just get like a nice brunch,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, sit.
Yeah. Sitting.
Sit.
I tried to make... I was like, if we can get a lymphatic drainage situation where we can get them to come to you and just rub those bad boys out. Couldn't happen on Saturday, which was disappointing because I was like, we need to do something here. I felt
That's a good idea for a gift, though.
Yeah, it is. Leah and I did gift her like a prenatal massage before her baby shower, which she did, but she didn't know if she could do lymphatic, which you can apparently. Because then that
was going to be my next question.
Because then I was researching it for her because I was like, wait, I think you can, and apparently
on your legs.
Yeah, I think apparently you can for your legs and your feet and everything.
Right, for circulation.
So we were trying to get that going, and I just feel so bad for her. And I'm like, what did the doctor say? She's like, the doctor gave me, the pity, like, oh, poor you, but like it happens to everybody, sort of thing. And I was like, oh, that is some bullshit. So yeah, we have plans to just sit and eat. Yeah, is basically the plan.
you just really never know, and you can't predict which way your pregnancy is gonna go.
No,
because it's
different for everybody.
It's different for everyone. I think it every time I see Madeline White, and I'm like, oh my God. She jokes about it too. She's like, you wouldn't even. She's on TikTok being like, you wouldn't even like know that I'm 6 months pregnant right now, or probably even more than that. But and she's gearing up to go to Coachella.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Not us. Breaking news. We're not going to Coachella this. We're not going to be at Coachella this weekend.
Coachella first weekend.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what the Biebs is going to do.
So am I. I'm also excited to see what the Biebs is going to do. The rumor on the street is it's really just going to be Swag 1 and Swag 2. And I've seen a lot of fan discourse online. Girl Boss Town has gotten in the mix. I've been seeing her videos because she was at one of the private shows. And she made a video that was like, guys, let's just be fucking grateful that he is on stage singing and performing to us.
So true.
Let's not be nitpicking and crying that maybe he's not going to play some of his old stuff. That's just appreciate that we're getting him. But she was going back and forth with people in the comments, and it's very fair. There's just some people being like, no, that's so true, and I get that, but like, I do wish that some of the, he would maybe play
I feel like it's
one
not
or two of those
nitpicking.
old ones.
If he's not, like, to not play any of his hits is not nitpicking. Like,
well,
in my mind.
I don't know.
I think what she means...
Coachella tickets are expensive.
They are. That is true. But I think what she means is that, like, Justin Bieber does not perform often.
Yeah.
And this is really... sort of shocking that he's even doing Coachella.
Yeah.
So I think that it's like, all right, let's just be grateful for what he's giving us, and he's singing and he's performing, and we're going to take that for what it is.
Yeah.
Do I understand people's want for him to throw a couple old bangers on there? Absolutely. You'll be lying to everybody if you're like, no, I don't care if he doesn't play. Yes, you do. You want him to play some old bangers because you're going to be the first to pop up on your Instagram story and be like, oh my God, Justin Bieber played Baby.
Yeah.
But is it also okay that it doesn't? Yes, because he is in this new stage of life where I think that there's a lot that has happened with his old music that he does not own. And so for him, he might not even want to play any of the music.
He sold his whole catalog. The only stuff he owns is Swag and Swag 2.
So he's probably like, I don't even want to play the music that I don't own. And I would understand that coming from him. So it's like I
feel like it was like we talked about recently with John, I think with John May or someone, where it's like, that's fine, but I almost feel like he should just say it. Like openly just say like, I am only playing my new albums instead of like all this speculation, or people might be upset expecting this, expecting that.
Well, I feel like it's been pretty clear that it's going to be predominantly Swag 1 and Swag 2. A lot of the shows he just did, he didn't perform any.
He hasn't done any old ones.
He hasn't performed any old songs at the shows that he's done. So I think everyone should.
And that would have been the setting to do it.
Yeah, it should be under the assumption that he's only doing those, and don't go into it with other expectations.
Yeah.
Go into it of like, I'm going to enjoy Swag 1 and Swag 2.
Yeah, and he is so talented, but dare I say, like, it's got to be probably very fucking hard for him to sing some of those old songs.
Yeah.
He was prepubescent.
Yeah.
Like, his voice was so high. It's in a range. You kind of have to rearrange a lot of it. Yeah, I think like it says a lot that he's coming back and doing Coachella. I think maybe with a lot of the old stuff, it's like disassociate. I don't really know if he's like dying to play that stuff. And it's his Coachella set. He just came out with Swag and Swag 2 that has like a bajillion songs. So it's like he's got plenty of material to work with to build a pretty long Coachella set. Yeah. Does the Bieber fever in me say like do I want him to get up there and do a little Beauty and the Beat? Yeah.
I'm picturing like Ed Sheeran comes out, they do Love Yourself together.
A couple of Purpose songs would rock, but
Yeah.
that was also the tour that he stopped.
Yeah.
Because he was going through a lot, so he
Yeah.
might not be. He might be like, I don't want to play any of those songs.
I know. I exactly.
So
exactly.
there are rumors that he is filming
I wonder if there'll be
a
some special guests.
documentary
Yes.
of some sort, like Beyonce did with Coachella on Netflix, and there's rumors that he's filming and he's going to release something right away, which would be sick because that is one of the best things to exist is Beyonce's Coachella set.
Yeah.
Documentary and performance is so fucking good, and being able to watch it while not being there, amazing. So if Bieber does that, I think it'll be fantastic. But I'm excited to see, listen, every year I don't want any part of going, but I'm excited to see everybody else that is like their outfits and everything. Like I have to be completely honest, like a 3-day music festival seems like my sort of nightmare.
Yeah.
Like it's just,
I'm actually opposite, but yeah.
yeah, no. And hey, to each their own.
Exactly.
Like, you know?
And I never have like a dying desire. I'm not like, oh my God, I need to be there up until like today. When everyone's posting about leaving and packing and the outfits and all this. And then that's when I get a little bit of FOMO. I'm like, oh, see, like that's fun. But it's fun when you have a big group, you have a house, you got all your friends together. It's like, it is a really fun thing. But yeah, you have to be dedicated to the game because it's not for the faint of heart. If you go with people that are like, we want to be at the festival all 3 days. If you're with a group where it's a little more chill, sure. But it's like, then things can get contentious because it's like some people want to be there for the whole day. There's certain people they don't want to miss. And then you were with some people that are like, I could skip all of Saturday for all I care.
I would need a nap at some point. I feel like this is not
It is not
a nap
no,
weekend.
there's no naps at Coachella.
Right. Which, listen, don't judge a girl for wanting to take a nap, you know? So I just feel like I'm aware that this wouldn't be my scene.
Weekend 1 is like the influencer weekend, right? Like this is where like all the
everyone's got the brands going.
Yeah, you see people in the comments. They're like, "This is why we go weekend 2."
Yeah, I'm happy to
festival people.
I'm happy to watch from afar though. Like I'm happy to like see what people are posting and
I love
and watching
seeing outfits.
Yeah, watching the performances online. Like I'm all about it from the comfort of my bed. Like this.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm like snuggled all up.
No,
scrolling. Ooh.
I remember like years ago when Frank Ocean was there, and I was like watching the stream, and I was mad in my like bed. Being like, how is he taking 3-4 hours? Like, what is going on? I'm like, I can't imagine if I was like there.
Yeah.
I went to LA, I went to Palm Springs. Like,
Yeah, people are dedicated, and shout out to them.
Like, I feel like he would love Coachella.
I would love the music aspect of it, but I just think like it's chaos. Like, I don't know. It does seem like very commercialized now, where it's like
it is, but it's also not. Like, it's
I've never been, so I don't know.
It's massive, so it's like if you're just going to have fun with you and your friends and you're not like dealing with all the VIP influencer side shit that we all see.
Yeah,
it's fun. Like you don't need to do all that stuff to go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Majority of people are just going general admission to Coachella.
We're just what I did when I went in 2016.
Yeah, we're just seeing online the artist passes and all that.
We only see like because that's the content we're served. We're served like every influencer that's there and like the parties and the events and the activations and like all that's happening. And it's all happening at Coachella. It's a choose your own adventure. However you want the weekend to go, you can make it work.
Yeah.
We only get to see the very showy side of it, and the first weekend is when all the brands and such are all there. There's also been an interesting thing I've seen with people being like disinvited. Have you seen that?
I did see that.
Yeah. Like there's events that like they're originally invited to, and then they're getting influencers are getting emails like, hey, sorry, we're actually like at capacity now and you're not invited.
Yes, popular influencers being disinvited.
Crazy. That's a humbling experience.
Right. I think if you're the brand though, you just have to like eat it and send them anyway. You can't like rescind
Why
the
are they disinvited?
invite.
No, I don't
being
know.
like, oh, we're at capacity. Like
They over-invited?
they over-invited.
Yeah, it's really the whole interworkings of it is interesting because I do think that there are like a lot of brands that just do these big activations and it's not necessarily like paid deals. It's just like, hey, we'll pay for you to fly, to stay, and we'll pay for your ticket. And then like hope for you'll come to the event and share what you want. And people are inclined to share because they're there on this brand's like behalf. But having like doing that, I think people send them all out and then maybe it's like they don't expect everyone to commit to it. And then I guess if they like over invite people, they have to disinvite people. Or who knows, maybe for other reasons it's like,
hey, I mean, if they're disinviting
6 months ago they thought that they could handle 50 people and then they looked at the budget and thought, holy shit, we gotta cut
or it's just
15 of these people.
They thought like the super big names wouldn't say yes, and then they did. So you got to cut like
Right,
the small.
yeah.
They're like, I mean, hey, I get that.
Yeah.
Listen,
No,
I
you're
just
not
think-
wrong. I bet that is actually
they're
so
like,
true that
oh,
some of
wow.
these brands are like, holy shit, this person with like 10 million followers says they'll come, so we're going to have to cut the person that doesn't have that. It's
just tough.
ruthless fucking game.
It is ruthless because I feel like if you're the brand and you extend an invite, you got to make it happen.
You
can't
should,
like take back
absolutely.
the invite.
And what's crazy now is like the influencers are now posting like, I've been disinvited by this brand. So then the brand's trying to do damage control. And I've seen in comments being like, check your DMs, like, we'll make this right. It's like, well, you can't make it right for everybody because then you're back in the exact same problem you were in before.
We'll send you a little package.
Yeah.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So,
Well, I can't wait to see what comes from the first weekend of Coachella. There's always fun stories, fun celebrity sightings, and can't wait to watch the performances.
totally. There's always a couple that like makes their debut. They're caught holding hands or kissing or something.
Right. There's always one couple, like an ex, two exes that make out, like Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, and then they're never to be seen again together.
So true.
Coachella.
I could see Bieber bringing out Billie Eilish on stage. I'm
I
locking in
hope
that
he
prediction.
brings somebody.
I feel like he's got to bring out someone. No.
I'd love to count the amount of times Noah has said on this podcast, I mean, they got to bring out
No,
somebody.
But
Somebody.
Coachella headline, like, I mean, I guess he doesn't because he's the headliner, but I just feel like Coachella
they-
is the
they
place where
normally-
that
A lot of
happens.
times
A lot of
they
times
do.
the headliner
Yeah.
does.
Was it
Think about what
Olivia
Harry Styles did.
Rodrigo who did it last year? She brought out like crazy people, like every. I don't know if that was Coachella, some festival. She brought out people like every.
No,
single
I mean,
Usually at
normally
Coachella,
everybody
they
does,
do.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that when?
Beyonce brought out Destiny's Child, then Jay-Z.
Yeah, that was the first time Harry brought out Shania Twain, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, and then I forget who he brought out the second weekend. It was someone else.
Yeah.
We'll
forget.
see. We shall
But
see.
I think that's a fair bet that there will be somebody.
Billie Eilish or Ed Sheeran. One of those is going to come out one of these weekends. Watch.
They're both good ones. I just don't know. I could see them. I could see him doing Billy and they sing a Billy song.
They could do the
Yeah.
Bad Guy remix
Bad
with
Guy
Justin
remix.
Bieber.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just like a cover of a different song.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that from
If
Bieber.
we don't know how strict Justin is with not playing the old stuff. Maybe he's like, no Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, that's true.
We
Yeah.
shall see. I'm very excited. All right, let's get into the rest of today's episode. We have an amazing interview with Stephen Colletti talking all things Laguna Beach, Traitors, One Tree Hill. We're talking about it all and a great game of trivia. So let's get into it. Like we said with Acorns, you can invest really doing anything while you're getting a cup of coffee, while you're just walking around, and whatever you're up to this weekend, Acorns makes it easy. Acorns believes that everybody has the potential to be a great investor. You can even start investing with just your spare change. So like we mentioned, that breakfast or that cup of coffee that you're grabbing on a walk this weekend, every purchase you make up to the nearest dollar and automatically invests your spare change for you. Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $20 bonus investment. Head to acorns.com/chicks or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided. Potential subject to various factors such as the customer's accounts, age, and investment settings. Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/chicks. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Stephen Colletti. We're going to be talking about 20-year anniversary of Laguna Beach. We got the Traitors to talk about, One Tree Hill. We're going to talk about it all because this is our first time in person.
Yeah.
You've done the podcast over Zoom a while back, so we're super excited to have you here in studio. So thanks for joining us.
Great to be here. Appreciate you guys having me.
It's nice getting to talk to people in real life and not over Zoom all the time. You kind of forget what that was like when we have had so many amazing guests that were like, wait a second, we did talk to them. It was just on Zoom, and I've never met them.
It's better in person, isn't it?
It always
that was
is.
the thing with the podcast where Chris and I, we done the Laguna podcast, and like the one thing that was missing was like we did an episode with Lauren, and that of course was great. We were in person for that, and a lot of the other folks was like, the one thing we need to do, like we need to get everyone together and talk about this. And there's just a different energy that way. So
Yeah, because you're worried about like, oh, it's lagging. Oh, wait, can you repeat that?
Yeah.
And then you kind of lose the
But you guys
magic.
always brought good energy, though. I feel like when we were doing your podcast, it was always good.
thank
So
you.
that's
Thank
why
you
we're happy
so
to be here.
much. We are so excited to talk to you about everything. I mean, we loved watching you on Traitors.
Yeah.
Are you still thinking about Traitors every day, or is it kind of left the brain a little bit?
You know what? It's funny you say that because the dreams, like I was right back in it. Once the show started airing, the dreams were hitting me like I was back in the show. And I wake up and be like, damn it. I was like, why didn't I just talk to Johnny and compare notes and maybe we would have gotten there a little faster. And so you see it that way, and especially with the edit coming out and then all the stuff we didn't know was happening, you know, all the fun that the Traitors are having. So yeah, my dreams were inundated with all sorts of thoughts of being in the show. But now it's released. We've shifted gears here. We've settled back into normal life in Orange County and well, kind of normal. We're promoting a Laguna Beach reunion. That's 20 years reunion. There's nothing normal about that. So yeah, it's thankfully that's settled in and it's moved into a nice place of like, that was a fun little side quest.
It's one of those things that, you know, when you go into the shower and you have like fake fights. Have you guys ever done
100%.
That's what it
Win 'em
must
all.
be like when
Yeah.
you're leaving Traitors and you're like, oh, Johnny, I know
And
it's
you have
this
all
person.
the answers, right? Because you're undefeated in the shower.
Yeah,
You're like,
of
I got
course,
this. I'm winning.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm my own biggest fan there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No critics.
Yeah.
What was your biggest like WTF moment watching it back that you didn't realize was happening?
So you know this is kind of a weird little one, but when the conga line, that which I was so impressed by Rob C, not to be confused with Rob R, in the way that he called out the conga line, you know, and it was like, and he was telling Tiffany like, hi, conga line, like that to me, seeing that moment was so great. But being in the kitchen with however many Traitors, I was usually just sitting around with them, having no idea. And Rob was in there, Rob R was with me in there. And then we pop out to the conga line and he gets on my back for like 2 seconds and he's like, screw this, which at the time was like very Rob. So I was like, okay, that's not weird. But he immediately runs back into the kitchen, opens up that picture frame and pulls out of it. So seeing that, I'm like, God damn, I had no idea that was happening right there, right under my nose. So seeing that moment and really just also some of the strategy that I was kind of working on of like, all right, be play to your strengths in the missions, be vocal there. To actually see them in the turret talking about like, oh, he's kind of good at missions. I was like, oh man, like, maybe I was okay at this game, you know? Like, so it was fun to see that and to really see actually how much fun the Traitors are having because they actually know what's going on. They're not looking stupid.
Right. Yeah, we were definitely bummed to see you go, but you lasted a long time.
Yeah.
And you know, right at the beginning, seeing your name, and I know you talked about this a little bit, but it was like One Tree Hill, which excited us because we were a huge fan of you on One Tree Hill. Did you get a lot of feedback from people being like, that should say Laguna Beach, not One Tree Hill?
Yeah, you know what? After everything on the show and just little moments of talking with people, I was like, I wonder what's going to be something I might get a little blowback from. And I wasn't too worried, but then all of a sudden the first episode comes out. And I'm kind of like, hey, this is like, I'm getting off easy. Like I'm helping Donna Kelsey down the stairs. They showed that. I was like,
you're all true gentlemen.
I'm like, I'm like talking about my mom. I'm like, wow, they're really like giving me the nice guy at it. Like, okay, I'll take it. And then it just says One Tree Hill. And the internet's like, why? Like, what is wrong with this guy? And I was like, you know, my wife was showing me all these little comments on it. And I'm like, I can't believe that people are reacting this way to it. So yeah, I got some heat for that.
Yeah, it makes sense though because I feel like it is a good topic of conversation though to go with, so that people are talking about it. Even if you are getting heat, it's like, all right, well they're talking about me. We're making discussion here.
Yeah.
Going into Laguna Beach 20 years, it is really insane to think about the fact that you guys were in high school filming this show.
17-year-olds.
No,
Yeah.
this is not okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you look back
no,
on this,
now
you're
it's like there's like laws to stop this
right,
now.
like, wait, reality TV about people in high school who seemed so much older at the time,
Really?
right?
Oh man,
I don't know
I-
what it is. I think it's something with our age range of watching where I could still put on an episode. Like, I'm 31 years old. I could still put on an episode of Laguna Beach and be like, they're older than me right now in this moment.
Totally
So
agree.
funny.
Like you guys just seem so mature for your age, and maybe it's where you grew up.
That is hilarious. Appreciate you saying that. I would definitely watching it back. There, I don't see maturity. I think that
Maybe
such
I'm confusing the two words with mature. Maybe it was definitely immaturity, but like.
Yeah, but so different. Maybe it speaks to the time, you know. And I think that you're saying if you're 31 now, you're growing up fully in social media and with cell phones and living a lot more through text messages. So maybe there was something about because we're older millennials and we didn't quite have the phones. Like, I mean, of course we had our cell phones, but we weren't inundated by them yet. So maybe there's something there where we are actually kind of engaging in conversation more and not like, you see shows now that's like people are like peeking on their phones or kind of checking out. So maybe there's something to that and to that time.
I think it was an East Coast, West Coast thing too, though. Because like I grew up in New Jersey, grew up in New York, Long Island. So I think like there was like the lore of the California kid was fascinating because I had never been there. I never really met anybody from California. So I was like, oh my God, they can just go to the beach and
just go to Cabo on spring break.
Surf. They go to Cabo on spring break with no parents. There's no chaperone.
Extremely intimidating, right? Like running into a California kid was always like, ooh, this is really scary.
At that point in time, I never met a single person from
Also
California.
in some of the episodes, like, you guys are like making like the girls are like, we're gonna cook dinner for them. And you're just like, what? Like we were not doing that in high school. Like, oh, my boyfriend's gonna come over and I'm gonna cook dinner for him.
Yeah, I can't say that happened actually too often outside of that. The show was like, all right, let's get Jessica and Kristen to make some pasta for Dieter and Steven. So there's some moments there. And that was one thing that we thought even going into the show was like, all right, first of all, like the fact that they're actually going to shoot us and they're doing this and they're going to make a few episodes is ridiculous. But we're going to get some free dinners out of this. We're going to get like, maybe we're getting a boat out to Catalina. So we thought we were almost ripping them off. We're like, all right, we're going to get these cool activities to do and like find a way to sneak alcohol into because that's what you did at that age.
Yeah.
And we'll be laughing at the end of it. Boy, were we wrong. Didn't quite have that figured out. There was the lacking of the maturity in those moments of like not thinking past the next 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
The digital landscape of what's going to happen.
I'm robbing these guys blind. Meanwhile, they're like, we're taking advantage of you all.
Fully exploited.
You're fully exploited for everything that's going on. But it's so crazy that it's been 20 years and you got everybody to participate in this reunion. Where did the idea to film a reunion come from? Like, did it start from one of you guys, or were you guys approached to do it?
Yeah, no, actually, it really came from the podcast with Kristen and I, and it felt like that was the natural progression of what we wanted to. We were going to finish the podcast with a big episode with everybody. It just didn't work out that way, and so we're like, all right, let's consider something, and we just kind of kept talking about it. Liz Gately, actually, the original creator of the show, she approached us later and was like, hey, what do you guys think about maybe doing like a reunion? And we were like, that's so funny. We've been talking about this. Let's see what this will look like and see if we can find a partner. And then once we were able to take it to Roku and they were big fans of the show, they jumped right in and we were like, all right, sweet. They get what we want to do here. It really worked from there. It was nice that everyone really jumped in from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Lauren was like, all right, what's the why? Why are we doing this? Let's talk about this a little bit more. She took a little bit more convincing, of course. But again, coming off the heels of the podcast, that was a positive experience for us. We all realized that we're kind of having this inner dialogue of like, where does the show fit in my life? Like, how do I like metabolize those years, especially as we continue to get older and people are getting kids and it's like, am I going to watch the show with them and whatnot? And when we came together and can talk about it, realized it left it in a really good place and felt like, oh, okay, you know what? It's not so bad after all. Like we all kind of felt the same thing at that time and everyone's doing okay. So this should be a reflection of like a positive thing that we've come so far from where it was back in the day. And I think people understood that, and that's where we were going to go, and we were going to be in control, that they were on board.
Right. So having that kind of roller coaster of emotions and attachment to the show where it's like, all right, we're leaving the show, you feel some type of way about it, but then it comes back around this many years later. And the fan reaction has been insane. I mean, we're all so excited. For those that don't know, and maybe you guys touch on it during the reunion, can you kind of take us through how you even got on Laguna Beach?
Yeah. So there were rumors about it for like a year. And it was something that was pinging around. I think after the OC had aired, they talked about doing like a OC type reality show. Or actually, it wasn't called a reality show. It was a documentary about kids in high school. MTV wanted to do a documentary, right? It's going to be very educational for the folks out there. Yeah. And so, then all of a sudden, they actually showed up one day on campus, just out of nowhere. And we didn't know that it was coming next week or anything like that. It was like, what's going on over here? It's like, oh, that's MTV. They're handing out packets to people to learn about their lives and see who they're going to shoot for their documentary. And that was at break and lunch. And from there, actually that weekend was the Super Bowl with the wardrobe malfunction with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. So then PTA, the parents group, if you will, they were like, get him out of here. We don't want MTV, because MTV is doing what I think MTV was doing what Apple is doing today, which is running the halftime show for the NFL, if I have that right. But so it was their responsibility when that all went down. But they had met everyone, and they're just like, all right, we'll just keep it off of campus. So they were originally supposed to shoot on campus, and then they didn't. So they just started talking to everyone. Would bring us in for some interviews, and I remember, and it was actually, this was still on campus at that moment, sitting in a classroom. I think it was my old computer graphics class. And I was just talking to somebody who had a camera set up and just telling them about my life. And then a couple more people were coming in the room and a couple more people were coming in the room. And I'm like, okay. And then they just called one day and they're like, we'd like you to be a part of the show and let's shoot a bunch of stuff. And from there, they shot all sorts of stuff. And a lot of like hanging out with friends and being at the beach and not just like focused in on the relationships, right? As far as like girlfriend and stuff like that. So it was pretty shocking to see when it first came out what exactly they were focused on.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola comes in 2 amazing flavors. I got the cherry vanilla in my hand right now. You can also do the original cola. They are delicious. It has that great Pepsi taste, but now with even more to love. With no artificial sweeteners, only 5 grams of sugar, just 30 calories, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. It's unbelievably Pepsi. It is delicious. I gotta say, I love being able to drink a Pepsi Prebiotic Cola, feel that delicious Pepsi taste, and the cherry vanilla is so good. I'll take a little sip. Oh, it's delicious. It is so good. You get that classic flavor, and you can really enjoy it at any time. For me, now going into the weekend, relaxing a little Friday night at home, putting on a movie, maybe my favorite takeout with a nice Pepsi Prebiotic Cola, little pizza and soda combo, which is always a classic. The Pepsi Prebiotic Cola has that 3 grams of prebiotic fiber, and you can use promo code 20prebiotic to get 20% off of Pepsi Prebiotic Cola on Amazon from now until May 30th. So go out and try Pepsi Prebiotic Cola today. Once again, it's promo code 20prebiotic to get 20% off of Pepsi Prebiotic Cola on Amazon from now until May 30th.
At that time, being a kid in high school, are you asking any of the questions of like, how much does this pay? What's the contract like? Or are you just excited to be on a TV show?
Yeah, I see. I wanted to work for MTV. Like I had, dreams of working in entertainment, and I grew up watching Carson Daly. Mm-hmm. I talk about this in the special too. Like I wanted to be him. There was the middle school superlatives where it's like most likely to. And there was a most likely to be an MTV VJ. And I was like secretly hoping people were going to vote for me, but I wasn't campaigning or anything. So nobody voted for me. I think I only voted for myself.
Naturally thinking.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll pick me, and like I'll be on my way. I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? What was your question on that?
Like thinking about like pay, and contract.
So looking forward, it was really just about making some connections and just like reaping the benefits of having some MTV budget, buy us some things. And, they did, it was our parents who stepped in. It was like, you know what, the kids should get something. And it was actually a little bit of a battle to get our $2,000. It was like a whole, like we brought in lawyers and we're like, oh, this might not happen. And then it finally happened. And it's so funny to look back. We thought at that time we were rich. Like I remember getting that check being like, all right, like I'm going to go blow this all in golf gear right now. It's so funny looking back. I think that we did the whole first season for that.
2,000 for the whole season, not per episode.
2,000 for the entire first season.
That is so
crazy.
What's the situation with? What was the situation with like reruns? Because it would play on MTV nonstop, and that's how like new generations would keep watching it. Because even when it was over, it was still on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Did you guys make any money from
that? No union. There's no reality union for that. So we were not in SAG or anything. I remember there was something worked into the deal for merch, and this is where I think we really got screwed because we were. If you can imagine the smallest piece of a pie that you are worked into for if they make X amount of dollars, then the cast will be allowed into the smallest possible sliver of getting some kickbacks for some of the merch. But it's pennies. It was really nothing ever.
And you said that the first thing you thought to buy was like, I'm getting some golf
gear. Clubs. I blew all of it on golf clubs right away. Because I was like, my older brother was the hand-me-downs and I was on the golf team. I was very into golf. And so I immediately after paid the lawyer, we had our taxes. So now we're down to like $1,300. I'm still thinking I'm rich back in 2004. Now we're spending on golf clubs. There's like $600 and then beer and it's like in a cake. And it was like, all right, it's gone.
Right.
It was gone in like
there
a month.
Goes my last $50.
Yeah, not saving for college.
But I feel like it accomplished what you wanted it to, which was getting your foot in the door to
to work with
industry.
MTV. It was looking back, I was like, oh, they must have. I think MTV was looking after me. They really wanted to make sure that I was going to be okay. Yeah. Considering, just how much was in that show, what they used, and they knew they had to take their liberties for certain parts of the show. And so I had always, was tugging on them saying, hey, if you ever need a host, like I want a host. At that time, I was really adamant about going into hosting. I thought maybe I'd be into sports broadcasting. I wanted to go to sports journalism and be, a sports broadcaster, and also work in entertainment as well, kind of do the crossover. And so, thankfully they allowed me to guest host Beach House in San Diego. I'll never forget, that was kind of my on-air audition. Once the show started hitting, they let me come in and guest host for a week, and that was the biggest deal in the world to me at that time. And thankfully that went well. Mm-hmm. It went okay. I remember I had, the cue cards were all there, and I remember I was like, I'm wearing dark sunglasses, just like basically read off the cue card. Don't try to memorize anything, stick to the script, and like maybe we'll we could pull it off. And I remember thinking about that, wearing the sunglasses, and then it went well. It was fun. It was in San Diego, and then they called me to work out like a year-long deal for a VJ, and I was like, holy crap. Which again, I look back, it's like I didn't deserve any of that. You know what I mean? And like that's. It's just pure luck that I was able to walk into that experience, and so there was a full imposter syndrome from the jump. And I tried to like work hard to make up for lost time. Like, all right, try to make sure I'm doing a good job. But it was right away I felt like I don't deserve any of this. I'm now 19 years old and I'm a VJ for MTV. Right. I got like a dream job.
Right.
Take that, middle schoolers.
That's what everybody wants to do.
But don't recommend. This is not the career trajectory. This is not career advice. You do not need to start on a reality show. Go study and do the traditional path.
Yeah. But you end up in this place for a reason, right? Like I know you say it's luck, but you don't get these jobs if you're terrible. You know what I'm saying? You have to give yourself some credit. Yeah. If you were terrible, you wouldn't.
Yeah, we still had a lot to learn, and that was, even once, and then hosting, I was like, you know what, acting was appealing to me, and I started taking classes, and then really caught the bug there. So I figured, I was like, let me just back away from everything for like a year and just study in LA and like see what happens from there. And then, just start auditioning and got my first movie. I actually worked with Hillary Burton on a movie, and she was talking about One Tree Hill. And I remember, I'm like, man, I know that show. It seemed like it would be a fun show to work on. The next time I worked for TRL, like a couple weeks later, Chad was on. And so the One Tree Hill started following me around. It's one of those weird things. And I was like, I really got an audition. It went well. They're like, this isn't the right role for you, but we'll call you again. And they called me for another audition. And then I think the network was like, I don't know about this reality guy. So I kept going in for the same role that second time. And then they eventually cast me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Who did you audition for originally?
You know, somebody's asked me this before. I don't know the role. They kind of the sides they gave were vague. And so I don't know if they were just like testing me and they were going to maybe write something.
Right,
but I don't.
On someone.
Yeah. So I think they're just kind of getting a read. I don't have an exact.
And when the
character.
show it was already airing at that point when you had that first
you came
audition.
in what season
4?
4. I was going to say 3 or 4. Yeah.
So
because that makes sense. Did MTV ever try to push you in the direction of other reality shows, like as you were VJing and doing these things, or had a good relationship with them? Because that was prime time MTV reality TV, where they were like, Stephen, let's put you on one. Let's put you on one of these other shows.
Challenge.
I mean,
real world.
Yeah. Well, also The Hills obviously was, and that was basically a spinoff with Lauren.
Yeah.
So they were asking me about that quite a bit. And I think in those later years of The Hills as well, when it was kind of very well known that everything was basically scripted at that point. Like everyone was in on it. It was like, they're just like texting under the table.
When you showed up in that episode for The Hills, I remember to take her out. I went, it's happening.
That was a big buildup because I was so scared away from reality, and I think that they knew that. I think early on I expressed that, and actually the way that worked out was. I was really pressing MTV. They were starting to get into scripted. The Awkward was about to kick off.
So good.
There was like a cheerleading show I remember they were doing that was big when it was
Teen
first.
Wolf was around.
Yes, Teen Wolf
was
was coming out. And so I was like, hey, I'd love to, try to at least audition and get in one of these shows. They kept pushing The Hills, and eventually they worked out a scripted development deal with me for a year. They're like, hey, if you do 2 episodes of The Hills, we'll do a scripted development deal with you and we'll find something scripted for you, right? And I was like, this is perfect. Quid pro quo. Yeah. And now I realize they didn't give a crap about getting me on a scripted show. They're like, just call this money over here, his scripted development deal, and then we'll get him on The Hills for a couple episodes. So I did one, and then I still felt very uncomfortable. It was not the world for me, and thankfully I got to do it with Lauren, so that part was easy. We're friends. But they kept calling me to do that second episode, and they had the year to do it, and I'd just be like, no, I'm out in North Carolina, sorry, working on One Tree Hill, or I would just have a lot of dentist appointments and had to be with my
Root
family.
canal.
Yes,
I don't know. It's emergency. They said
all
I have
the
to be there.
excuses in the book, which I was happy to do. So I only had to do that one episode, which was fine.
Hey, pulling an excuse on them when they tricked you with the scripted deal, you got to play it back.
Yeah,
you got to play the game with
bad.
them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, coming around to do Traitors, you realize that reality TV, it's not for you anymore.
Yeah.
What made you decide, okay, yes, I'm going to say yes to this?
Yeah, honestly, fear of regret for not actually taking the opportunity. And they had offered season 3. I actually couldn't do it, but I was thinking about it then. And but it was because I had not done any other reality. I was like, all right, well, it's an easy pass because I have to. But I would have actually really considered that. I kind of noticed that within myself. I was like, I love the way they produced the show. I think it's so well done, and it just really intrigued me, and I was a fan of it. So it came back around, thankfully, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. But there was that initial like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. Like I want to do it, and after being off of reality for so many years, it felt like it was going to be a big step. But I'm so glad that I did because the show's so great.
So good. Yeah. And you've declined Dancing with the Stars in the past, I believe,
right? This was back in like 08, 09, way back in the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, no one wants to see me
Would you do it now?
The competition reality, it sparked a little bit of something in me where the challenge of stepping into that, I felt like I was rewarded for, kind of going through the fear of doing it and had a really enjoyable experience. And I think for that, I feel very grateful. And so you never say never. I think with dancing, it seems like that would be even harder of a decision. Like I was really a fan of Traitors going into it. Yeah. I don't watch too much dancing, but I think, again, there is that appeal to the challenge of actually stepping in and doing it. I know how hard that they work on that show, and they're dancing every day for months straight. So, it would never say never.
Yeah. I feel like you said, once you get I felt like this with watching Dylan Efron. It was like once he got the reality competition bug, it's like now we're seeing him on all the shows. Mm-hmm. Like he wants to be competing because it's just such a different element than just doing a docu-series type show of them just following your life around. And you're on location, it's a set amount of time, all those things. So, I mean, we would absolutely watch it. This is Truly so fun, guys. Truly just launched their limited edition 24-ounce wild berry cans. And they're not just drinks, they're basically collectibles. I have the New York, New Jersey can ready to go. We have a huge summer ahead. Each can is designed around a different city, so it's giving cute, unique, and also a little competitive because you want to find all of them. They are really so cool, so you want to be able to collect all of them. Because if you do collect the full set, you can even enter to win exclusive U.S. Soccer merch, which is awesome because you want to be in your gear for the summer. Truly is the official hard seltzer of U.S. Soccer, so they're really leaning into the whole game day energy, making everything feel more social and fun. You get the full 24-ounce can, and obviously, you're still getting everything you love about Truly. So it's light, it's refreshing, 100 calories and 1 gram of sugar. So you can keep the vibes going without feeling weighed down. I feel like the cans are so cool. You want to get your hands on these. So go grab the Truly 24-ounce wild berry collectible cans at your local store and see how many you can find. The fan base you guys have created from One Tree Hill is probably one of the loudest, proudest fan bases of any TV show like ever, I feel like. And everyone shows up to these conventions that you guys do and all these events. What's your favorite thing of getting to do all those events? I know, did you play basketball with them in one of
I did.
them?
It was so funny. The first time we did a basketball game, I was like, I feel like this is kind of sacrilegious. I don't want to be on the team.
Right.
And it was James laughing.
I was never on the team.
Yeah, I wasn't on the team. I was just like, I was the guy who came in later, and then it was the bartender after that. So I was like, it just doesn't feel right. And then James, we were in the locker room. I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this. Like, I'll just hang. And James is like, hey, dude, it's a TV show. So you're good. Like it's just a TV show. Remember, this is not real life. And I'm like, okay. So he had to kind of have a come to Jesus moment with me there. But I think it's fun. FWB, they're doing a lot of it for charity as well. And so it was great to get out there and run around. But my basketball skills are limited. So and we're doing another one later this fall. It's any opportunity to go back to Wilmington, to Tree Hill, where we shot the show is always something that's enticing to me. That was like kind of my college experience. I got the show that I really wanted, and I was I was on the East Coast, and everything was so new. But also, there's some similarities as far as just being on the coast, where that city is, where we shot it, a little surf town in Wrightsville Beach. So, it's just I look back at those memories so fondly. I did so much growing up during that time. It was so instrumental for my career to be able to have that time on that set. So any opportunity to go back, I'm always like, hey, sign me up.
There was a bit of a rumor floating around not too long ago of the girls trying to maybe bring the show back in some way. Mm-hmm. If that were to come to fruition, would you want to be involved? Would you want to have any participation in that?
Yeah, I think again, always going back to Wilmington is nice, and I felt like I was so happy to have a good trajectory in the show where when we left off in season 9, I had been on the show more than I ever had before and had a little more storylines that were developing, which was nice. So it was nice to leave it there. I think I would, of course, say yes and happy to go back and do the show. But it's got to make sense. It's got to fit for what they're doing. So I wouldn't I'm not necessarily, banging down the doors of Hillary and Sophia being like, hey, like,
what's the update?
What's my role? Let them do their thing, but support them for what they got going on with that. It's in good hands as far as getting it its best shot to have a reboot. So it's good.
That's what we thought too.
Yeah, they didn't promise you the deal that MTV did with the scripted series.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's so true. But you've gotten to work with James still a lot, which is awesome. I know you have some great news about your show. Everyone's doing great as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are doing a second season.
We actually, our second season is done.
Second season is done.
We have some news that we're sharing here momentarily about what exactly is happening with season 2. And we've been sitting on it for a little while, but the time has finally presented itself. So we're excited to get season 2 out, and we're actually going to get it to a lot wider audience. It's going to be a lot of territories around the world.
Amazing.
Very exciting.
And for season season went to some great spots and it popped around the world a little bit, but not. There were some places where it didn't hit, and now we're going to have a great opportunity for folks to see it that haven't seen the first season, while also releasing season 2. So we're super excited.
That's awesome. What can people sort of expect from season 2? Can you tease a little bit?
You know, there was
those who watched season 1.
For sure. Season 1, it really focused mostly on James and I's characters, and then you met our. His ex-wife in the show, and then my ex-girlfriend in the show. You met them a kind of little bit, and you see this circle of friends, the 4 of them. And we're going to focus a lot more on the 4 of them going into season 2. It's more of a 4-hander. And so, what they got going on, Kariba Hine and Alex Park, who play the female leads, they're fantastic actresses. They're Australian, so they're cool as shit.
Yep.
Much cooler than James and I. They kill it. And they have some really fun stuff together. And they're that kind of spiral that was happening in the first season with James and I's characters. You're going to see a little bit of that through them this go around. And it's delicious. Yeah. They're so good.
That's so exciting.
That's
and
so
especially
great.
like you mentioned, when a show reaches a wider audience and then people go back and watch the first season and then the show just keeps on growing from there.
Yeah. And I mean, it's fully independent. So it's such a big get for us to be able to have this opportunity to share it with more folks.
That's awesome, because I'm not to jump on whatever the announcement is, but I'm assuming it's something that hopefully when you open, when you're on something that pushes it out more, and then you're like, wait, the show has multiple seasons already. It is
then you
enticing
get even more
to
excited.
go.
You're like, I could binge.
It's more enticing to go and start, and people recognize the faces, and you're like, what is this? And it makes you want to watch. So that's really, really exciting. I love seeing you guys work together still.
I feel like it really just feeds into the nostalgia of things while also doing things that you now love, right? Like you give the fans what we want to see from years ago, but you're still doing what you love currently.
And
new projects.
A little bit. The show is. We obviously put it in a world that we know very well, and we like to say it's like a version of ourselves if we just listen to the devil on our shoulder our entire life, and all of a sudden we're in our mid-30s and have nothing figured out. So it's fun to play with that, and there's a lot of wink and nodding to our early years in the business, and what we've seen is a lot of stories from what we've seen with different folks and different things that we've experienced, and we've shot in Wilmington, where we obviously shot One Tree Hill, so. Yeah, we have a lot of fun with that. And even like we were talking about some of the fan conventions and stuff. This season, in season 2, we'll go to a fan convention in the show.
And
we got to
a lot of parallels.
We got to use some of, and we were at a actual One Tree Hill convention. We told some folks if they wanted to stick around for a day of filming, please do, and they did. So
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I was
definitely
gonna say, like I said, the fandom is so deep. It's like I think that if you were to ask anyone to jump, they'd be like, "How high?"
One Tree Hill fans, they've been so loyal. They kept the show alive for. That's why you got, I think, seasons 7, 8, 9. I mean, they were so vocal online and so passionate about it, and so that's why that show continued on for sure.
Definitely, that is so true. And you got some big life moments happening, so you're gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's really exciting. Have you gotten any crazy dad advice? You're like, that can't be right.
Crazy dad advice. Good question. What have I? You know what?
You always want to ask your dad. You want to ask your friends, like, tell me the real. Give me the real advice.
You know what? I was telling somebody the other day. I was like, you know what? I know this is going to be a lot. I know I'm going to be very humbled. So I was like, you know what? I'm an early riser, so I think I'll be okay with the lack of sleep. And then he just started laughing at me. He's like, buddy,
keep the positivity now.
Love where your mind's at. Just call me in a couple months when baby's here and tell me how you're doing on that early rising. So
that's so funny.
I think that the best advice that two things I got consistently. It's like, look, everyone's got to figure it out for themselves. So don't get too bogged down by a certain specific piece of advice that you think is really good. But a consistent thread I've gotten from folks is get out in the world. Like, don't just stay at home and feel like, oh my gosh, we're like this precious little cargo here. We cannot let anything happen to it. Like, let's get out in the world a little more. Don't let it stop us from traveling and take advantage of the free flights with the baby while it's at that age.
I like that. To buy them a seat.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that advice a lot. I mean, we don't have kids, but in the future when we plan on it, if it happens, I feel like that's one advice that I hear from a lot of people too. Is like, get out there.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Take the European way of parenting. Like, I think that all the time when I'm over there, and I'm like, this last summer, my husband and I are out at, like, it's basically an outdoor nightclub, but we're having dinner. It's 10 o'clock. the kids are running around everywhere, and I'm just like, this doesn't happen, and this doesn't
they
happen
got their
in
baby
New Jersey.
in the stroller next to them. Yeah.
And I think it's good because there's so much stuff too where you can consume online about, all right, here's the advice, here's what you need to do, and
social
sometimes
media tells you if you're a good parent real quick.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, and you could really get insecure about whether or not you're being a good parent or not, and so I think that keeps people from doing certain things. So we got to break through those barriers.
Exactly.
Everyone do you know?
And we all turned out all right, so it's like you can see what did our parents do?
Yeah, I don't know.
What siblings do you guys?
Yes, I have two older siblings,
and I have two younger siblings.
Yeah, so we're actually switched.
Okay. Yeah. I'm the youngest of three. I like to say third child, first mistake. My parents wanted to. They got three. So
same.
Yeah.
Hey,
all right.
and
What's
we
up?
turned
We're
out
all right.
great.
Hey.
We turned out great.
Exactly.
I told my parents, I was like, oh, third child. All right. Well, guess who's going into the arts? We're going to start with a reality show.
Me too. They were like, this one's dropping out of college and doing a podcast.
They're like, let's get her into the acting.
Yeah. Hey, they're always, I'm the best mistake they ever made. That's what they say.
There you go.
Exactly.
Well done. You know, my parents actually, they sat me down and told me this when I was like 13. They were like, why? Why are we doing this? What are we achieving? Like, would they think it was going to get out? Like somebody
right.
I want you to hear it from me.
You're going to hear it from somebody else.
The worst was when I was a kid and, we'd go see cousin whoever, aunt, whatever, great aunt. Oh, you look like the mailman's kid. You don't even look like the parents. I'm like, oh, great. So, okay, you're adding to this delusion that I have in my head. Great.
My brother's story for that is totally inappropriate, but I cannot say what he says happened for when I arrived. But yeah, it was
third kid. We've all been there.
Yeah. My brother's like, mom was in the bathroom, and then
they or have you ever had your parents tell you that they like talk to you about when your conception story, and I'm I could have gone my whole life without knowing this. No one would have told me. Like I don't need to know about me, my siblings, nobody. It's like they're 100%. Like, oh, that one night thing, and I'm like, great, I didn't need to.
The lineage, thank you.
Yeah, I got it because my middle name's Noelle, and I went till maybe high school before I put two and two together because I was born in September. And my parents were like, well, you were a Christmas baby. And I was like, wow.
And now
spelled like the first Noelle.
And now that I know, I'm telling everyone, her middle name's Noelle because her parents had a great Christmas.
They had a great Christmas that year. So no, it I don't know, parents can't help themselves. So they
my mom was like, we wanted to name you Tanner. She's like, you came out tan.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks, Mom. That's okay. Really, we thought outside the box on that.
Yeah, right.
My dad stepped in and was like, he's going to be Steven. Like, well, let's just,
Wow, this is really meaningful.
It's like, oh, if you came out really pale, you would have just totally stayed. Paler? There would never been a question.
I love it. My God.
That
so
is
funny. Steven, we are so excited. The Laguna Beach anniversary special, that is out April 10th.
April 10th.
On Roku. We're all so excited to watch. Is there anything you can tease before we leave?
It was emotional. It was more emotional than I thought. I did not think that I would be crying on this thing.
Aww.
But I shed some tears. So there's that. A lot of stuff that I think there's some questions that people want, the hard pressing questions, discussions between folks that happens. And also you can see this. I hope people can reflect on their own lives of how far they've come from when they first watched the show and can relate to it. And see now where they're at, and even if you are the third child, first mistake, like we are, you've done great in life. You've come so far, and a lot of this group has, and we've all come to a comfortable spot of where the show is. So it's nice. I think that's the celebration that we want. We want it to be a really positive, feel good thing for viewers, while getting some of that awkward, juicy little details and seeing some of the dynamics. The personalities are still there. It was a funny, weird experience. And I think people will enjoy it.
I loved watching you guys all sit around, just from the teasers and stuff, sitting around the bonfire and having those moments, because it is so relatable that it is 20 years later. Even when I see my high school friends now, we spend all of our time laughing and joking about the stupid shit we did in high school. We all watched what you guys did on TV. But it is that you do have that same relatable moment of like, me and my high school friends would do this and sit down and joke about all the things we did and laugh about it. And
even though, we saw on the podcast, but like seeing Kristen and Lauren together, I know it all makes us feel a certain type of way.
It does.
Like watching them do 100%. TikToks and Instagram and all that. So it's so fun.
It's fun to see.
We're so excited to watch. And Steven, thank you so much for coming in.
Dude, you guys
Thanks,
are the best.
Steven.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're about to get into a great game of Beat Ria and Fran trivia, but first, let's talk about State Farm because it is great to have friends who support whatever you're into, whether it's, hip hop and country mashups or the latest indie comedy flick that's coming out. And like those friends, State Farm is there to help you feel supported by helping you choose coverage you need. With so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits you. So you can check coverage off the list and spend more time laughing with friends at the movie theater. Go online at statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to get help from one of their local agents. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria and Fran. This is game number 214, and we are joined by Alex and Kaitlyn. They are lifelong besties, and they are ready to play. We are on a losing streak, so
let's just acknowledge her from the top.
We're just going to acknowledge her right from the top, and now we're playing lifelong best friends. So we'll see how this goes. How are you guys feeling?
Good. We just hope to get on the board. That's all.
Good.
As do we.
We all hope the same thing.
Hey, as do we. It's going to be 15 questions. If you get the question right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the other team can steal the point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. To determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of that movie. Whoever is closest will go first. We each get our own individual guess, and we will alternate between teams for guesses. So, Noah, what is today's movie?
Today's movie is Yesterday. The Beatles.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so one of you guys guess first.
You go first. Okay. I feel like I didn't hear a lot about that movie, so I'm going to go low. I'll say 43.
Ria?
89.
I'd go 72.
65.
That's a close to 63.
Ooh.
I think
That's a good start.
That's a it could be a little higher, but okay. Question number 1 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Bree from New Jersey. Who was Kim Kardashian's dance partner when she competed on Dancing with the Stars in 2008?
Was it Max?
No. It might have been Mark.
Maybe, yeah.
15 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
It wasn't Derek. It wasn't.
5 seconds.
I think maybe Mark.
Time is up.
Mark Ballas, final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
1-0, Ria and Fran. Question number 2 to Kaitlyn and Alex. Shout out Bree from New Jersey again. Which Taylor Swift song features Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco?
Me? Is it me? Yeah, that's all you. It's the one with rainbows and it's like they did a music video for it. Is that the song? Is that what it's called? I literally have no idea. Taylor Swift is not my strong suit. A recent Swiftie.
15 seconds.
Yeah, I would go with your gut. Me, final answer?
Correct.
Nice.
I thought you were asking at first, like,
No.
me.
When you said me and she said it's all you, I was like, oh, don't confuse her.
All right, tied up at 1. Question number 3 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Olivia from Michigan. Between which seasons was Real Housewives of Miami put on pause for 8 years?
Oh,
it's either between 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. My gut is 3 and 4. I think they had 3 seasons and then they got.
go with your gut.
I'm gonna say between season 3 and season 4. Final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
Honestly, thank God. Yeah.
8 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 4 to Kaitlyn and Alex. Shout out Veronica from Jersey. Name this actress based on these movies: Hairspray, Ice Age: The Meltdown, Valentine's Day.
Not Ice Age: The Meltdown.
No, it's not Nikki. It's Ice Age. Okay, Queen Latifah. Yes. Yeah, because the only other person I would think is Brittany Snow or Amanda Bynes from Hairspray.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would go
And
that.
she's for sure, and she's the girl in the OG Ice Age though.
No, I feel good about
Okay,
that.
Queen Latifah, final answer?
Correct.
Damn, this is a battle. This is a back and forth for the ages right now.
Tied up at 2. Question number 5 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Carly from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Name this year. Katy Perry releases California Girls. Emily Blunt and John Krasinski get married, and Toy Story 3 hits theaters.
This is us?
Yeah.
2010.
California Girls. Emily Blunt and
It's 2010,
2010?
I believe.
what was the middle one?
Emily Blunt and John
And
Krasinski.
then Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3, yeah. High school. Yeah.
15 seconds.
2010, final answer.
Correct.
I know for a fact it was 2010. That's why I said it like that.
No, I know you did. I was just thinking it. I was just thinking it out.
All right, 3-2, Ria and Fran. Question number 6 to Kaitlyn and Alex. Shout out Ashley and John from Pittsburgh. What movie features Hayden Panettiere, Kate Bosworth, and Ryan Gosling?
Okay, so
Ryan Gosling's in Remember the Titans, right? And I know Hayden is. I think it's Remember the Titans.
because she's the little girl.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not Safe Haven.
No.
That's not even the Hayden Panettiere.
No.
15 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Remember the Titans, final answer.
Correct. Thought that Ryan Gosling would throw you off.
Yeah, we're playing tennis right
Oh,
now.
yeah, he's the main.
All right, 3.
Everybody talks about his character in Remember the Titans.
I know, but when I first found that out, I was like, wait, Ryan got
Liability at the
Yeah.
spot.
tied up at 3. Question number 7 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Annie from Chicago. In heated rivalry, what food does Ilya make for him and Shane while they are staying at his house in Boston?
Is this us?
Yeah.
Tuna sandwich. Tuna sandwich.
Final answer.
Correct. Tuna melts, tuna sandwich, same
Yes.
same deal.
Yeah.
Same. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, 4-3. Wow. Question number 8 to Kaitlyn and Alex. Shout out Erica and Ryan from Arlington, Virginia. In Mamma Mia 2, what order does Donna sleep with the following 3 men? Bill, Harry, and Sam.
Shoot. I think it's.
I've never seen the second one.
I know it's Harry first because they meet in the hotel, then Bill on the boat, and then Sam after. So I want to say, yeah, Harry, Bill, Sam, final answer.
Incorrect.
Oh my god.
Ah!
That was, yeah.
They said Harry, Bill, Sam. And Noah said Bill, Harry, Sam, so that's not it.
They said Harry, Bill, Sam. No, that's what they said. Harry, Sam, Bill.
Yeah, maybe.
10 seconds.
All right.
Yeah.
Harry, Sam,
Sam,
Bill.
Bill.
Final answer.
Correct. Although that would have been real tricky of me if I just said it
Said it
the
in
order.
the correct order. Yeah, that would have been.
All right, 5-3, Ria and Fran. Question number 9 to them. Shout out Jordan from Chicago. In Beyonce's song Single Ladies, how many good years does she say she gave him when she says, cried my tears, gave you a blank good years?
I don't know. 8 just sounds lyrically like it would sound good.
Yeah, let's say 8.
10, maybe 10, 8. 8 just like float. Like I'm just.
Yeah, let's go 8. Okay. I did
10
really
seconds.
good. 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 final answer.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Oh.
You guys.
All right.
8's probably too many.
10?
Wait, did he say incorrect?
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, 8 was wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, glitch. I was like, oh wow.
I feel like 10 just feels like a good number.
Like, do you think she was saying it about herself? How
I
long?
did Jay-Z take to
10
vote?
seconds.
No idea. Yeah, just do 10.
10 final answer.
Incorrect. 3.
Mm.
That's all. That would be a lot of years.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So once you know,
Now I
I
put that in a song.
Yeah. All right. 5-3. First question wrong.
yeah.
Damn. Good hair days do more than we give them credit for. When your hair feels healthy, you show up differently. You're more confident, more relaxed, and you're not constantly checking mirrors or adjusting your hair. That's how I feel today, Got my hair done, and I am showing up more confident because I am loving my hair. And your hair just becomes one less thing to worry about when you walk into a room. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. You can order online, there's no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you on track. Let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code CHICKS. That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code CHICKS.
Question number 10, and this is to Kaitlyn and Alex. I'm going to play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from.
Okay.
Danielle, wait, I'm sorry.
Let me guess, someone showed you a tape and you thought, what the hell, she does it for a living, right?
Eli told me to do it.
Oh, now that's a mature response.
Why didn't you just tell me?
Because I didn't want to, okay? Because I love the way you looked at me.
Hold on.
Fuck you!
I have no idea. It sounds like Brie from Tell Me Lies, but I don't think it would. Yeah, it does sound like her, but I don't think that would be her either. A tape. So what is she doing? Journalism. Journalism. I don't know. For a second, I thought it was that
10 seconds.
SJP movie. Do you have anything to throw out?
No.
Yeah, I really don't know. Pass.
It's The Girl Next Door. I love this movie.
Oh.
Final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
Alicia
a great
Cuthbert.
movie.
Yeah.
We had no chance.
I had no clue.
Emil Hirsch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 6-3. That is funny. Journalism tape.
Yeah. No, she's a porn star.
Yeah, just like she auditioning for something?
Yeah.
Or-
It's a good movie though.
It is. All right, 6-3. Ria and Fran. This is question number 11 to them. Shout out Paige from Richmond, Kentucky.
And fun fact, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because Emil Hirsch plays Margot Robbie's husband in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they do a nod to The Girl Next Door in the movie.
I thought you were going to say fun fact. I auditioned for that part.
Oh no, this was
way too young.
Yeah, it was
then.
way
Jesus
too young.
Christ.
I don't even know if I was alive when this movie came out.
No, that's not that old, is it? The Girl Next
Girl Next
Door?
Door's early 2000s, no?
Yeah, maybe, or 1990s.
2004.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were 7.
Yeah.
All right, 6-3. This is question number 11 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Paige from Richmond. In the show Victorious, what is the Hollywood Arts social networking website where the students post statuses, photos, videos, and news at the school?
This is to us?
Oh, yeah.
The Splat?
I don't remember, so that sounds right.
Okay, The Splat.
I mean, if that came
Final
right to
answer?
you.
Incorrect.
Oh.
The slap?
The slap?
I think it's the slap.
You felt like you knew
I
it,
think
so go for
slap. I think it's the slap.
it. Say it.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
I just mix my words around. I was dyslexic for a second.
My husband's gonna be watching this on Netflix.
Yeah.
All right, 6-4, Ria and Fran. And this is question number 12 to Kaitlyn and Alex. Shout out Lainey from Philly. What was the first name of Sharpay's assistant in High School Musical 3?
I don't know.
I should know this.
It's feels like it would be something like an Ashley, Lauren,
Right.
Emily, Molly, anything? Nothing's giving you.
No.
Okay.
15 seconds.
Ashley kind of feels fun because that's her name.
Fair. Yeah, let's just go with the wild guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashley, final answer.
Incorrect, Ria and Fran.
Is this the British girl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm blanking on her name though.
Same. My the first name that came into my mind was Tess, but I don't think that's it.
Is it Tessa?
15
Maybe
seconds.
Tessa.
Because Tess is Camp Rock.
Oh, that's probably what I'm confusing it with.
But could
No, what the fuck is her name?
5
And you have
seconds.
that terrible accents.
Time is up.
Tessa, final answer.
Incorrect. Tiara.
Ah,
Okay,
Tiara
yeah, there's a
Gold.
T, yeah.
Glitch.
Yeah.
All right, we got 3 questions left, and it's 6-4 Ria and Fran. This question is to Ria and Fran. Shout out Taylor from Indiana. In Friends, what object are they told Mr. Heckles was holding when he died?
I have no idea.
Who was Mr. Heckles? The super in the building?
Oh, yeah.
What object was he holding when he died?
A hammer?
A broom?
Yeah, like, did he like weird things?
I don't know.
A hammer, final answer.
Incorrect.
Okay, so he was the neighbor, and he would yell at them sometimes, but like I cannot think of what he would be holding. Like, do you have like a dog?
Did he have like a niche activity?
No, the only thing I
15
could think of is like
seconds.
binoculars or something because he was creeping on them. I don't know.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it is. Binoculars, final answer.
Incorrect. It was a broom.
Oh,
Because
fuck.
he was-
Shut the fuck up.
He was
Damn.
hitting the
Oh, 'cause he
ceiling.
Oh my God, that's
Oh, shit.
I was gonna say because he was always hitting from the downstairs with
Hey.
the broom.
We
Yeah.
could have went with any sort of.
Wow.
Damn.
No, just normally. I mean, Friends trivia is not
Yeah.
my. He
Damn.
was the super though, right?
I think he was just
Or just the neighbor
it was
downstairs.
just a neighbor downstairs.
yeah,
I don't know, to be honest. 6-4 still. 2 questions left. This is to Kaitlyn and Alex. Shout out Lainey from Philly. Name one Renee rap album title out of her 3 solo albums.
Oh my god. Snow baby or snow something. It's snow something.
I don't know.
There's one that's like snow something. Snow baby or like snow prick snow.
I told you I'm not good with
15
albums.
seconds.
I know, but you're good with Renee. You know Renee Rap.
I know, but I just don't.
It's just snow something.
You think Snow Baby?
It's like snow something.
5
Like,
seconds.
Snow baby. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Snow Angel.
I have no
That's.
idea.
I think so. Yeah. Final answer.
Correct.
Woo!
Wow, you're so close.
Yeah.
So close. You knew there was snow in there.
Honestly, that question originally was like, name her first album title, but I was like, I don't know if people know Renee rap album titles like that.
Yeah. What is her first album title?
It's so her first one is,
Was-
I guess it's technically an EP, but Everything
Yeah.
to Everyone.
Yeah.
Then Snow Angel, and then her last
then
one was
this last
Bite
one.
Me.
Bite Me. Yeah.
All right, well that seals the victory. 7-4.
Sorry, guys. We needed that for our reputation.
We got one more.
But you played a fantastic game, so
Yes.
it's like, same thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to give that.
Yeah.
We'll do the last one. Shout out Anna from Philly. She says, "Go Birds."
Birds.
To Ria and Fran, what iconic artist wrote and originally recorded the song "I Will Always Love You," famously performed by Whitney Houston?
Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton. Final answer.
Correct.
Nice. Woo!
8-4.
What a game,
that
huh?
was- scoring.
High scoring. Only
scoring
3
game.
questions left on the board.
Yeah, we needed that. We
Yeah.
really needed
We
that.
did. We did.
Thank you, girls, so much for playing. That was such a fun
Thank
game.
you guys so much.
And you still get merch, even though we beat you. No, I'm kidding. But just
That's all right.
send Noah your address and size, and we'll get that sent to you guys.
All right.
Sounds
So
good.
nice
Thank you
meeting you
guys.
guys. Thank you.
Hi.
Bye.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Go enjoy that hopefully nice weather wherever you are, and we will talk to you on Monday. Love you.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? 2 chicks getting paid in reality checks.